Hi YouTube, welcome back. I'm just going to do a quick video for my favourites of July, and it's a slightly unbalanced favourites because if you have watched any of the other recent videos you'll know I've already done a kind of favourites video covering the things that I was using a lot on holiday because I was away on a couple of holidays at the end of June and the middle of July. So I've kind of covered in those videos a lot of the things that I have been using a lot in July, and so I thought I would just concentrate now on literally two makeup items that I've been using mostly since I came back from holiday and have been rather fraught and stressed at work, and so with not a lot of time really to experiment and use a lot of products for my makeup, but also featuring, as you may have guessed from what you can see, smells, because I've really been enjoying fragrance in this very hot spell that we're having at the end of July here in London and generally for the rest of the month. So I thought I would feature a few perfumes I've been enjoying. You can see those famous Chanel bottles in front of you, but also some slightly more purse-friendly ways to enjoy nice smells here in the summer. But I guess I'll start with this one, which isn't particularly price-friendly. I'm sorry, I meant to look up how much this Whopper bottle, 200 mils of Jo Malone Lime, Basil and Mandarin Bath Oil retails at. I will do that and put it in the caption box below, but it's not cheap. Now, I actually found this bottle when I was tidying a cupboard just before I went on holiday in the middle of June, and it was kind of a nice surprise. I think I must have bought it to give as a present to somebody quite a long time ago, and that didn't happen for one reason or another. I thought, shall I keep it as a present for somebody, or shall I make a present to myself? And that's what I did. And I've really been enjoying this super luxurious bath oil from Jo Malone in a fragrance that I used to wear as a cologne years ago, before Jo Malone was taken over by Estee Lauder. So we're talking back in the 80s or early 90s, I guess, probably early 90s, before she was all that famous. And I loved the cologne then. I've kind of gone off it now, but I still do enjoy the fragrance, particularly as a bath fragrance. It's really powerful in this oil format. So although I've been using it steadily for one and often two baths a day since, I don't know, mid-June, you can see I'm about a third of the way through. And I guess you don't need to use it that lavishly. When I was poor, I used to make these bottles last a long time. You literally need just a few drops to really fragrance not only your bathroom, but the whole flat, I find, smells of this. And it's a really refreshing, uplifting summer fragrance. So it's a real treat. And if you don't want to splash out on the bath oil, there is a bath kind of shower gel which gives a good fragrance and bubbles, but not the really strong fragrance hit that the bath oil gives. All the bath oils do, but I find that one a particularly refreshing fragrance. So much more affordable is the Body Shop, and I've talked about pink grapefruit, particularly the body butter in previous favourites, and you know that I love that fragrance, and I love the body butter. I don't know what's wrong with my pronunciation today. Sounds as if I've been drinking. I promise you I haven't. I'm having a cup of tea at the moment. But this is a new formulation for me. It's the Body Puree, which I think I bought. There was a sale on possibly in May, early June, and I probably paid about £4 for this from recollection, and I hadn't pulled it out and started using it until I came back from holiday. And it's a really nice texture. It's a familiar fragrance, so I'm guessing they do it in the other Body Shop fragrances if you are not into pink grapefruit. It's not as moisturising as the body butter. I guess you wouldn't expect it to be. It's called a kind of jelly consistency, but it's just really cooling to put on after the bath, and you get, a quick hit of the fragrance. Doesn't last, but makes moisturising very pleasant and refreshing after a bath. And then the other item was one of my Bath and Body Works hand soaps. I got this when I was over in New York at the very beginning of July. They seem to have reformulated their deep cleansing hand soaps, which were antibacterial. This one doesn't feel as drying on the hands, so I don't know if that means it's not quite as effective in the anti-bac department. Doesn't seem to be actually saying it's antibacterial in the way the others were. But other than that, I do like the new formulation, and I really liked this fragrance, Perfect Beach Day, which is watery melon, sparkling bergamot and young coconut. Just smells like a really summer's day. I don't know if it's still in the shops in the States. They may have gone into the fall collection by now, but if it is, it's worth grabbing a bottle. I wish I'd got two. The perfumes I've been using, a whole host of different ones, but I thought I'd just tell you about these Chanel Les Exclusifs. I've had this one, 1932, for about a year now, and you can see I've used it up. It is a nice spring fragrance, suitable for the summer as well. I really like it. It's a floral, but with a kind of woody base note. So it's not as sickly as some florals can be. Forgive me, I'm not great at describing perfumes. I really know what I love, and I do kind of look up what the notes are supposed to be if I like something. I can't always smell them. This one, as with all Chanel's, is supposed to have a host of notes. I definitely can smell jasmine in this one and bergamot, and it definitely, to me, has woody undertones. But beyond that, I couldn't recognise any of the multitude of base notes, but I do know that I like it. I can't smell it very well on me after the first 20 minutes of wearing, which is my issue with it. Although, astonishingly, if I take my clothes off, having worn it, and then go anywhere near my discarded clothes, I can really, really smell it. So it's slightly odd, and I don't think it has a very powerful silage, that the way a fragrance smells to other people who are near you. So that's what I've read to be a criticism of it. But I do like it very much. It's possibly my favourite of these three, although beige, which I have just got, don't be misled that it's half used. I bought this on eBay. It obviously is genuine. I'm very careful about that, but it's a good way. I know I've sold perfumes that I haven't liked after being given them after a few squirts, and it can be quite a cost-effective way of trying a perfume that you couldn't otherwise afford, or you're not sure you're going to really like, because perfume shouldn't go off if it's been stored well, and the hygiene issues aren't really too much of an issue with saved perfumes. It's pretty airtight. So beige, really, really loving. This is one of the newer perfumes by the famous Chanel nose Jacques Polge, and it's gorgeous. It's described as another floral. I feel it's less floral in the sense you pick up flowers from it than some other perfumes, and particularly Chanel's. I get a lot of sweetness in this, and honey is one of the notes. And people also say they can smell hawthorn in it. I'm not sure I know what hawthorn smells like, but there's definitely something that's a very strong note in this beige that I really like, but I can't recognise. To me, it smells quite similar to Tom Ford's Champaca Absolu. It's less heady, less intense than the Champaca, which I love. It's my second favourite Tom Ford. But I wonder if that's in this. That's what if you know Tom Ford Champaca and you like that, I think you'd like beige. But it's a nice fragrance. And then I also bought Gardenia, having enjoyed a sample of it. Didn't expect to love this because I'm not usually a fan of Gardenia. And it also has tuberose in it. Again, not usually a fan of that. I get a lot of orange blossom in this version of Gardenia. I mean, you can definitely smell Gardenia, but it's a much lighter, less heady version. More majoring on the kind of orange blossom, neroli jasmine, and a really, really summer perfume. It's my least favourite of the three because I'm not a huge Gardenia fan, but it is really, really nice, and I do like it, and I'm wearing it. Have been wearing it a lot this summer. That was a new bottle, and you can see I've used quite a lot of that. Just going to show very quickly, going to do a separate vid on this. This is Tom Ford's Orchid Velvet, out in the States, not out here, deserves a vid of its own, and I've been wearing it constantly since I got it 2 days ago. Two products featured before, loving at the moment. Bourjois Healthy Serum, nice, lightweight, easy to apply with your fingers when you're in a rush, very forgiving foundation, price friendly too. This is the second lighter shade, 52, and that's what I'm wearing at the moment when I haven't time to do my makeup properly. And I've also been loving my latest Illusion d'Ombre. It's the permanent one of the new releases, Mirage. Nice, not too glittery, bronze shade, adds lots of dimension, and you just smudge it on with your fingers. Of course you could dolly it up with other eyeshadows, but when you're in a rush, bit of mascara and that, perfect. Those would be my favourites for the end of July. Sorry it's fragrance heavy, but I love fragrance. Don't normally talk about them a lot because I don't feel I talk about them very well. But I thought it was worth showing a few this time round. Speak to you soon. Bye for now.